Pac-12 made an interesting decision in hiring Brett Yormark as their next commissioner. Yormark has no history in college athletics. He has worked for NASCAR. He has worked for the Brooklyn Nets in marketing. But most recently, he was COO of Jay-Z's Rock Nation. So he's basically in the music and event business, not sports. Although we know that Rock Nation also has contracts and represents players. But in terms of running the company, you're running licensing, you're running contract negotiations, you are running event planning and music stuff. You are not running a sports enterprise. This comes off the heels of the Pac-12 hiring another guy who also had no sports background or little sports background as a COO or CEO, and that's George Kliakoff, who came from MGM Resorts to run the Pac-12. So the last two commissioners, now note that the Big 12 had Bob Bowlesby, who was dyed-in-the-wool, old school, kind of Southern Texas Big 12 kind of guy. Bob Bowlesby running the Big 12. It's just on brand for just about everything on brand that the Big 12 brand could be. And now they're going with a guy that was running Rock Nation or helping run Rock Nation. So what's the bit here? The bit is note who these two conferences are, Pac-12, Big 12. These two conferences are chasing the SEC and the Big Ten. These two conferences have struggled the most in getting teams into the playoff or winning games in the playoff. Oklahoma's gotten there, hasn't won anything. Pac-12 has been left out multiple times. These two conferences are playing catch-up with the other more established traditional powerhouses, the SEC and the Big Ten. And the reason I think they're going with these two guys, Kliakoff and now Yormark, is they feel like they need to zig when others are zagging to catch up. That now college athletics is far less about making sure that the presidents and the ADs of the football coaches are all happy about, how much they get out of the Music City Bowl coffer, and instead about branding, marketing, event planning, and I think NIL deals as well. There's part of this that I respect, and this is kind of always going to be where I'm torn personally as a sports fan. I will readily admit you got to evolve. You have to be able to adjust. And I'm not saying I'm always great at that. I am one that believes the uniforms in 1982 are way better than the uniforms now, almost across the board, 99% of the time. But I understand that you're trying to market to kids and sell hoodies and flat brim hats and all types of stuff that I wouldn't wear to people that would buy that. So I get that these teams and marketing departments and all types of focus groups tell you got to do this, you should do this, add this to your uniform, add this color to your palette, add this silliness. I get it. In college athletics, there's a reason why I am constantly drawn to college football. It's why I love traveling the country to go to college football places. I love the fact that I can go to Tuscaloosa. I can go to Iowa City. I can go to USC in Los Angeles, and I'm sitting in the same stadium that they've had there for 80 years. I love that. I don't need wide concourses. I don't need a million different beer options. I don't need a crazy chicken and waffle with ice cream on it sandwich. I get it. Some people need that. I'm not saying I don't partake at baseball stadiums, but at football stadiums, I love the fact that when I go to a campus, it feels like and looks like what it did a million years ago. I like that. I like the fact that Alabama's uniforms and Penn State's uniforms and LSU's uniforms look like they do and they have for 50 years. I like that. That's me. I like that the marching bands might play updated songs, but they're playing the same instruments. I don't have like a keyboard or a keytar or like some type of DJ on the ones and twos. I like the idea that we have marching bands that play flutes and drums and saxophones, and that's how the music is played. I just like that. And while I see what the Pac-12 and the Big 12 are doing, and I understand it on a very intellectual level, hey, you're playing catch-up. You need to market better. You need better television deals. You need more pizzazz. You need to catch up to the SEC and the Big Ten. I also look at this as, wow, it kind of sucks. And not that it sucks that you break in fresh blood, because let's face it, the Old Boys Network only helps the old boys. Not what I'm saying. It sucks because these are very clear signs that college football and basketball to a lesser degree, but because football drives the coffers, drives your revenue, is going to be far more commercialized in a lot of obnoxious ways under these types of viewpoints. It's just the reality. I don't mind fresh blood. I like it. I don't mind a fresh viewpoint. I like it. I don't mind breaking up the old stagnant Old Boys Network. I like it. What's obvious, though, is that you're getting in there, who? Rock Nation guys, MGM Resorts guys. So we want college football to feel more like a Jay-Z concert or a casino. That's the part that I'm torn by. I hope that Kliakoff and Yormark come in and they see things that are antiquated and they see things that can be updated and they see things that other people didn't see or ignored or didn't care for, didn't care about, and they say, we can do this better. I hope that works. I hope not every game and every team has to turn into the Wet Republic. I hope that not everything has to turn into a release party. And I get it. It's kind of already going there in many ways. I mean, a new uniform is released on social media, and there's a photo shoot, and there's this alternate uniform and this alternate helmet, and there's this. And look, Louisville plays at the Yum Center and Papa John Stadium. I mean, I get it. It's not going to always be Bryant-Denny Stadium and, et cetera. But I wonder how garish this type of money grab and event planning and attention sensory overload thing is going to be for college football. I'll see. I'll hope for the best, but I remain pessimistic that the eyes and the ears that you're getting for decision-making are coming from hip-hop labels and casinos. Not exactly what I want college football to be based on. But such is life, and I understand that you have to evolve.